10th of November today.
February.
It was here that I realised some thieving git had nicked our tyre pressure cap. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Hopefully you won't get beeped. Alright, Daisy May.
After his death, she kept his embalmed heart contained in a casket.
In the distance there is the village of Carsethorn.
This wooden bench has the names of the passengers who sailed on the lovely Nellie. Big one coming through.
Big one coming through. If you're new here, then we are Carol and Ken, and we like touring in our little Consort Nova called Snoopy.
Sweetheart Abbey's further on. Unfortunately, the Abbey is closed due to a masonry fall. They've got it all cordoned off, but hopefully the drone will show you what it's like. This is Sweetheart Abbey, founded by Dave Orgia of Galloway in memory of her husband, John de Balliol. After his death, she kept his embalmed heart contained in a casket with her for the rest of her life, and it was buried alongside her when she died. So a shame it wasn't open, but
I don't think you'd have seen much more, Bunny.
yeah, but it would have been nice to actually drive in and seen the spot where she's buried with the heart of her husband.
In the distance there is the village of Carsethorn. It was the departure point for many people who were going overseas to America and Canada. We'll pull in on the way and see what it's like today. The village started its life as a Danish Viking fishing port. Today there's some very nice little plots right next to the water, ideal for basing a caravan.
There's a car park up the end.
You'd never know that it was once a busy port with ships sailing to the Isle of Man, Liverpool, America and even Australia.
This wooden bench has the names of the passengers who sailed on the lovely Nellie to Prince Edward Island in 1775.
Well, you really can't beat it when the weather's like this. Beautiful. Well, we haven't driven very far, just a little bit along the coast, because we've come here to see the old lighthouse. Who's Paul Jones then?
He was the captain that we were reading about the other day that flogged somebody on his ship, and then the person subsequently died, And he was locked up for it.
Oh, in that tower?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then it was found out that the person had probably died of yellow fever, so he was acquitted.
The Southerness Lighthouse was built in 1748 and it overlooks the Solway Firth. As you can see, at low tide it's an easy stroll to get to it. Alright, Daisy May.
I am. Stairs up. Throughout the summer and at limited times in the winter, the lighthouse will be open to visitors. Times to be advised.
Well, sadly, it's not open to us. Yeah, you want a selfie? She wants a selfie with the lighthouse.
Photo selfie. Oh, beautiful light.
Sun is setting. We need these selfies for the thumbnails of our videos. Initially, the lighthouse was an unlit beacon to guide vessels into the Nith estuary to Dumfries. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Yeah. There's a motor caravan for you.
It's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, big home.
Thankful for the harshest wind that keeps me leaning up against your skin, your skin. Thankful for the darkest clouds that makes your sun feel brighter now and then again. Grateful for my broken heart so I can rearrange the parts brand new for you. Thankful for the coldest cold that leaves me basking in your glowing view. It's you. Oh, the hard times only bring me closer, only bring me closer to you. Oh, the hard times only bring me closer, only bring me closer.
We just found this layby by the side of the road.
Yeah.
It'll do.
This'll do.
Didn't
monkey.
seem a very busy road, so hopefully it will be alright.
Hopefully you won't get beeped.
Drowning in the deepest sea, it's you who gives a breath to me and pulls me in.
This looks yummy. What have you made?
Chicken soup with cannellini beans and peas.
Yummy.
And bread rolls.
It's time I clean the windows again. I'm getting a bit mucky. So this disgusting little thing is what stops all the bits going down into our wastewater tank. And it's working quite well. Got any tips to stop it going down? All this rubbish that people have dumped in the field. It's terrible, isn't it? Why can't people just take it home? Had a very peaceful night here last night. Nobody tooted us, did they? The van is in a bit of disarray because I've been editing this morning. And I'm just uploading the next episode. So I'm having a fast charge up this morning. I've got this cushion to stop the noise coming from this little inverter. This is 300 watts. And I use an Anker USB charging block which can give me, I think it's seven ports of 60 watts at a time, and I find it charges them up really quickly. Right, what's the plan then for today, Bunny?
So we're currently here just south of Dalbeattie.
Yep.
So the idea was we were going to head to Castle Douglas, or we could drive around the scenic route to Kirkcudbright.
Well, this time of year we need to drive about an hour every day to top up the batteries to maintain our ability to live off grid.
So maybe we'll go for the drive.
Yeah, let's go for the drive.
When we get to the A75 here, this is a scenic route that goes round the coast and then up to Newton Stewart. And then we've got to decide whether we're going further west as far as Stranraer or even down to the Mull of Galloway, or whether that's going to be too far because we've got to go back.
There's no point because we haven't got the time to be able to see the area properly. We know we've got to go back.
Okay, and then we can take this scenic route back through the Galloway Forest Park.
Okay. We almost always have a morning planning session, but Sod's Law says we don't always keep to it. I have to confess it's taken me much longer to get used to driving this van than I thought it would do. The main issue is the width. The length doesn't really matter that much, but the width is something that really takes getting used to, especially when you've got oncoming vehicles. Now this is something you don't see every day. Looks like we got a wicker man in this field. We couldn't see any information about him, so has anybody got the lowdown on who built it and why it's there? Initially we spotted the hawk, but it was only when I zoomed in to get a better look at it that I noticed the two deer staring at us from behind. A bit further on we pulled into Dundrennan Abbey, but unfortunately it's another one that's undergoing restoration at the moment, so we couldn't walk around. No information on this, but it looks modern to me.
We're going to a viewpoint near Kirkcudbright on the map. That was Dundrennan Abbey. Shame it's all closed up because that was where Mary Queen of Scots Mary Queen of Scots spent her last hours on Scottish soil there.
Oh, this is a bone
Rattly. Some of these roads are atrocious for rattles, aren't they?
Now that's a nice looking house.
Look at all the snowdrops.
Yeah. There's an MV200 here on the right. Always reminds us of Little Red whenever we see one. We're really enjoying the fact that with the Consort Nova you can park it where anybody can park a car. It was here that I realised some thieving git had nicked our tyre pressure cap. Keep forgetting it's Sunday today, so everything's closed.
This is Kirkcudbright, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's known as the artist town. It has lots of pretty coloured houses.
Got a knitted letterbox top here, Bunny.
Yeah, what is it?
Don't know. It's obviously been done for Valentine's Day. It's the 11th of November today.
February.
That's what touring in a camper van does to you. It completely addles your brain. How long we've been away?
This is day 20.
Day 20.
This is the historic toll booth that used to be a prison, and it was here in 1770 that John Paul Jones was held after his arrest for homicide when one of his seamen died, which turned out to be yellow fever. There's an old town fountain here that was introduced in 1703. As late as 1805, a woman was imprisoned here being charged with witchcraft.
Well, that was a sign.
Looks like they used to chain people up here outside the building.
All these houses have got the original single pane windows. Oh, that one's double glazed. They are allowed to change them. Broughton House and Garden. Now we're back round by the castle. Well, we got a bit of a surprise when we reached the river because it was beginning to flood. Maybe that's what these photographers are all here for. Exceptionally high tide at the moment. Got to be brave leaving your car here then, haven't you? In the next clip you can hear a bird calling. Anybody know what it is? I tried to spot it, but I couldn't see it. This is the Mother and Child Monument, a memorial to those lost at sea. That looks like a nice one.
Yeah, proper homemade skull.
Well, that was all very tasty. Alright, Charlie.
Yeah.
There's a nice picture of a Highland queue.
Wheat.
This is the D Bridge. It's a 5-span reinforced concrete bowspring arch structure. And look at the old cast iron lamps on it.
Did you enjoy your little walk around Kirkcudbright?
Yes, very pleasant little place.
It's very nice little town.
Yep.
Lots of history there as well.
Yeah, I like a nice wide open street.
Yes, yeah.
You had a little drive, Bunny.
Okay.
You've only got a mile to go to the castle.
1.2 miles to our next stop on this
And
quiet road.
Nice and quiet.
Okay.
Do you want this backrest out? Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Charlie Brown gets on because this is very different to Little Red. Familiarise yourself with the controls. This is Carol's first drive on a minor road, and the roads have been narrow at times and very bumpy. So I'm hoping this is going to be a good experience for her.
Really high up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really nice to drive. If you take it very leisurely and slow, it's very nice to drive. The slower you go, the more pleasurable it is in a camper van. Obviously, unless you've got traffic behind you, and then you don't want to start holding people up. We've got a little castle here to have a look around, but that's going to be in the next episode. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video.
If you did, give us a thumbs up, share us with your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
And we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon.